The 10th CANdo issue is introduce direct democracy into Australia and empower the people. We are a representative democracy. Edmund Burke explained representative democracy as the people choosing their representative for his opinions, for the value of his opinions, so that he would vote in Parliament according to his considered, genuinely held opinions. The political parties and the factions within the parties have completely neutralised representative democracy. It is worse in the Labour Party, because the Labour Party has what is called the caucus pledge. Even the British Labour Party doesn't have this. And this is a promise that the member of the Labour Party will accept the instructions of the caucus as to how he or she votes, and if he doesn't do that, he will lose his pre-selection and be expelled from the party. It comes really from the so-called democratic centralism which was practiced in the Bolshevik Party, which was introduced by Vladimir Lenin to the Bolshevik Party. That is, that what was decided by the Central Committee should be followed by every member of the party. This is a dangerous thing, and it's been exacerbated, for example, by the parties deciding that you, the electors, should fund their campaigns. You, the electors, should fund their campaigns, which is an outrage. That there should be an exemption from the privacy law in relation to the political parties, so they get information about you which nobody else is allowed to get. These are privileges which the political parties have seized upon. They have completely neutralised and compromised the system of representative democracy. And what we're proposing is that the next federal government establish a convention, a separate body, elected by the people of Australia, not paid, and that should develop a proposal to introduce into Australia a system of direct democracy, as there is in Switzerland. And that would include, firstly, a right of recall. That is, that if a certain percentage of the population, of the voters, signs a petition calling for a national vote on a particular, or national vote on whether the government should be recalled to an election or whether one representative should be recalled, that is then put to a vote, and if the people decide that there should be another election, then that election be held. The O'Farrell government in New South Wales has promised not to introduce this, but to consider this, and has a report before it which says that this is compatible with the Westminster system. You could have a system allowing the people at any time they wish to recall a government which they think is not doing their job. It would secondly involve the people by petition, say 3%, 5%, 10% of the population, whatever the convention suggests, deciding that there should be a vote on whether a specific act of Parliament should proceed or whether it should be withdrawn. Thirdly, and this is the more radical part of the proposal, but it exists in Switzerland and some American states, that is that the people could propose that there be legislation in a particular area. The people by petition could ask for this legislation, the draft could be there, and the people could then vote on whether that legislation should be adopted. Not everybody who comes to CANdo will agree with every campaign. The idea is to get people interested, to energize them, to get them to act in relation to these. People need not be passive. If they're irritated with what's happening to them, they wonder what they can do. We say, yes, the people can be involved, the people can do it.